Set in a dystopian cyberpunk metropolis, Sprawl is a hardcore retro FPS where you play as Seven, a deadly former special ops agent with one mission: to escape the desolate walled city and find her revenge in the Spire. Armed with an array of weapons and a disembodied voice in her head called Father, she has everything she needs to take it. This game is very heavily inspired by some of the best shooters and parkour mechanics from the last few years. Feeling inspired by the likes of Ghost Runner, Doom 2016 and Quake, it's all about fast-paced parkour and gunslinging goodness. I completed the game on normal after about 7 hours, which honestly felt longer, as I had to deal with some finicky parkour and difficult for the sake of difficult enemy encounters. When it comes to gameplay, there really isn't anything new here to talk about. The game has controller support, but after playing with controller for about an hour, I realised that only has it, so it says it has it. The game isn't really built for it. The weapon selection will feel very familiar if you've ever played a shooter before, ever. Pistols, SMGs, rifles, shotguns, so on and so forth. You also have access to a katana for melee, but it's incredibly weak and only should be used for finishes. Finishes are when you've done enough damage to your enemies. It's totally worth it then. If they've taken enough damage, they'll begin to glow yellow. Meleeing them in this instance will have them drop ammo, health, and adrenaline. You'll definitely need the adrenaline, as it's what you need to activate bullet time, which slows the game down to allow you to pull off some epic action movie moves during a gunfight. It's a very cool mechanic, but going into slow-mo isn't an I win button. It just allows you to react to multiple threats faster and pull off some insane headshots and precise movement. And that's where the depth of Sprawl really comes from. The ability to string together movement and shooting in flashy and effective ways. It's fun, and that's what really matters. The only real downside to Sprawl is its serious lack of tutorials and confusing level design. The game really expects you to have played games like it before, so it really doesn't teach you anything apart from forward, back, left, right, jump, double jump. After that, general movement, wall running, and parkour are really up to you to figure out on your own, which would be fine if the levels were designed in a way that makes it easy for you to figure it out, but they really aren't. I lost count of the amount of times I got turned around and lost after an enemy encounter, as the path ahead really blends into the background. Now, it's not all the time, some levels are very well done, but it happened to me enough that there were many times where I found myself saying out loud, where the hell am I and where the hell am I going? But in saying that, it doesn't take away from the good time that I had with the game. Its fluid movement, satisfying combat, and cyberpunk synth soundtrack makes Sprawl a fantastic, challenging heck of a good time. It has its problems with traversal in certain places, but Sprawl has what it takes to be a shooter that rivals some of the best coming out today. I give Sprawl an 8 out of 10. For more gaming news, reviews, and previews, you guys are already in the right place. 1UP Games.